considerably fewer cracks reflecting through. Now we did notice there's some interesting things going on here. It almost looks like there were some core holes or something that was patched underneath. A little circular pattern of bleeding in several areas. Another one here. But to be honest, I do not recall seeing that as part of the original construction when we first laid these out here. Across there, Station 4. That brings us to the end of Section 5. It brings us to the end of Section 48D, 4 through 20, Station 5. Looking on to the west, over the hill is the GPS site 482172, which we'll be going to next. Looking back to the east, back towards Abilene, where you can see the thin overlay there down at the bottom of the hill. I'll go ahead and shut the camera down and we'll move on. GPS site would serve as a control out here for the SPS3 site 48D3 here on Interstate 20. This is the GPS site out here on Interstate 20, Section 482172. Also serves as the control site for the SPS3 Maintenance Effectiveness Test Section 48D3. You'll notice we walked through, the section has developed quite a bit of raveling in the outside wheel path. As I had mentioned previously when we were looking at the slurry and the thin overlay site, you'll be able to see it fairly readily here. What's happened, it appears, is the porous friction course has begun to come unwound, and it's creating quite a few problems for the district. You can see our sign out the right of way. We're missing most of the delineators are gone. Doug's going to try and get those taken care of. Looking back over the hill, on this side of the hill is the slurry and thin overlay site. You can see the raveling really begins to take up right here as we get, just as we approach the section itself. It gets really out of control. Well, it's not really out of control. Right through here, I don't consider this area real bad. You can see we do have quite a bit of sealing along the edge and center line. Well, the center line isn't sealed, it's cracking, but not sealed everywhere, just in spots. But there are a few isolated areas where the raveling and weathering has gotten severe enough that some patching or strip sealing of some sort may be required. We're going to see if we can't sort that out. You can see through here. Quite a bit deeper, you know. You've got roughly 1 to 2 centimeter divots in places here. What's interesting is there also appears to be a gouge that's creating some additional raveling and weathering associated with it that runs almost throughout the section. Station 2. And here's where it starts to get really bad, right through here. I'm going to go ahead and shut the, well, we'll go ahead. Doug's going to mark some areas where they're going to try and do some patching. Doug's made his mark here. We're going to say from that mark on down about 40 feet, we'll do some strip sealing in the wheel pass, see if we can't try and control the raveling and weathering just a little bit. What's that, about 2.5 meters? And then we'll go down